Yeah, it was an exciting week last week, playing against Old Dominion after our round the world trip, seeing all the different states in America. But it was a good trip. We learned a lot about ourselves over the last couple of weeks, traveling to different places, playing different styles of team, and then coming back home. Nice to play ODU and test ourselves nice and early against the East #1 seed team, who are a very good team, very athletic. They move the ball really well, and they challenged us in certain areas. They're a veteran team. Their 2 centre backs are seniors, 2 centre midfielders are seniors, and 2 wide forwards are seniors. And that challenged us. It challenged us to think on our feet, something that we knew would be a struggle for us in the game. We've done very well going into games with game plans, and then when we adjust during the games, that's where we need to tighten up a little bit. So gave away an early penalty kick first 10 minutes, which was a little disappointing, but I felt as if the team responded well. We showed a good amount of grit and determination to stay in the fight and really take it to them. Towards the end of the first half, their keeper made a great save off of an Nini shot, and then in the second half we hit the crossbar. So we created a couple of chances, not as many as we'd like. Definitely worked on that this week at practice on how to break down a team like ODU. Leading into this week, it'll be the same opposition. We're playing against Georgia State, who are another top 3 team, and then playing South Alabama as well, who are favourites in the West Side. On Sunday there, Georgia State tied South Alabama. So both teams are high level, and really as a new coach, there's not much more you can ask for, than playing the top 3 seeded teams. It's really what you want to get done, tested. It's going to give us a good challenge to see where we are technically. It's going to see where we are physically as well, but more importantly, mentally. It's easy where we could come out with a win in one of these 3 games and feel pretty good. There's an opportunity that we could come out with 2 and feel great, but there's also an opportunity where the results might not go in our favour, and we're really going to have to dig deep and see where we are at as a team and see where we are as a culture and as a program to see how we respond to those results. So 3 good opening tests to start conference play, and we're excited to see where it goes.
With the first test with Old Dominion, what was the biggest lesson that you were able to take out of it with your team?
Yeah, speed of play. When we played against Old Dominion, when they got the ball, they moved it, and they moved it quickly. When we got the ball, we wanted to move it a little bit slower, and they just suffocated us, and they didn't allow us to do that. And that's an experienced team. They won Conference USA last year. They went to the national tournament. They've got 6 veterans on their team that are very good players, and that was really good. After the game, and we broke it down as a team, that was the first thing the players had said is when they got on the ball, they moved it quickly, and that's just a testament to the conference and the level of ability in the conference now and where it's going to go. So it's something that we'll be looking to build on. Not something that you can build on in just 1 week, but it's something we've been emphasising so far, and we're going to continue to emphasise it in our play.
Against a team like them that puts a lot of pressure on you, especially on the offensive end, how do you use that going forward?
We talk a little bit about what we can control. Obviously, the opposition day in and day out are going to give us different challenges, but that was something that we spoke about in talking about our speed of play and how we have to make decisions a little bit quicker. We don't have as much time on the ball as what we want to. A couple of the games earlier on in the year, we had time to pick our head up and connect some passes. This previous game, we didn't. We had to know what we're doing, and if plan A wasn't working, we needed to know what plan B was, and we just tried to force too many. Sometimes the opportunity to run wasn't there, and we tried to play underneath them a little bit where we should have went a little bigger, and then in the second half, we could have played underneath and we went a little bigger. We got it back to front. So it's a good opportunity for us to revisit in an analysis piece, just look back at it and reflect on it. And I think that we were all understanding at the game, and it was a good gritty performance from us. Obviously, we'd like to create some more chances, but to walk away 1-0 in the opening conference game against an opponent like ODU, it's something for us to build on for sure.
How much confidence does that kind of give you in your team, seeing to be playing a team like ODU and to play them so closely, just losing 1-0?
Yeah, it's really good. Obviously, we're not going to sit here and say that any defeat's a good defeat, right? But we definitely are happy with the performance, and that's what we're focusing on right now, because you can never know what the conference can throw at you. It's such a competitive conference. I think until the last game last year, teams were moving up and down 3 or 4 spots. So, we don't want to take it ahead of ourselves and say that after 1 game we're not making the tournament. We don't want to say after 1 game we're a finished product, because we're nowhere near it. But it's definitely an opportunity for us to build on if we continue performing like that, and that's what we want to take from that game.
What are some of the challenges that you see Georgia State can pose for your team?
very tactically sound. They move the ball really, really well. They're going to look to try and play with our two forwards and pull out our centre backs and encourage our players to come underneath. They like to move the ball. They like to make sure that they're patient in their build up. So as long as we stay disciplined and organised and we don't get frustrated, I think we'll stay in the fight, and hopefully, the speed of our attack can counter them when we do win the ball.
Very good. One more question. From the non-conference slate with the big round-the-world trip, what are the things that you guys have picked up that you're looking to apply in conference play?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that we learned is when we went out west and we played Idaho and Eastern Washington, that were two super athletic, direct teams that, can pose a threat on the ground, but also in the air. I think 2 of the 3 goals against Idaho came from set pieces, and those athletes were really superior in the air, and they posed a threat. So we tightened that up. So it was nice for us to see against Old Dominion, who also had a couple of really tall athletes on their team that we didn't concede in a set piece, and we made some adjustments in that game. So that was good as well. When, moving into Lamar and Abilene Christian, both of those games on the road, they're kind of teams from the south that put the ball on the ground and move it a little bit, and I thought we played well on them. So really, we're just taking all different styles of play right now. We're analysing it and seeing how it fits to how we want to defend and how we want to attack, and right now we're just layering our progress, and as long as we do that every game and we can put it into our arsenal, we're going to have a skill set when it comes to crunch time that we can hopefully perform against any team in the conference.